Hello, today I'm going to share a new piece of gear that I've added to my photo collection. It is a Zafon PT5000 pan and tilt motorized head. I was inspired to get one of these because I recently returned from photographing the SpaceX launch of Starship Test Flight 13 down in Brownsville, Texas. And one of the live streaming guys had a huge telescope mounted on a pan and tilt head, and he had a large gimbal stick that he used to control it, to be able to track the rocket. So I came back and I did a bit of research and I found this one on eBay. It is a Zafon PT5000 pan and tilt motorized head. It comes with an AC supply, which is have fairly long cord to it. And then it also comes with a provision to mount a Sony style, like a lighting type battery, specifically a F970 lithium battery. So it has a little USB charging port on it, so you can charge it with a regular USB charger. And it attaches fairly easily to the battery mount. On the back of it, it has the place to attach the AC power, and also an option that I purchased as well is with a 3.5 millimeter jack and the Nikon Z 10-pin adapter to be able to use a remote shutter control. And that remote shutter control fits in over here. It also has two outlets up here for DC outputs. I don't plan on using those, as well as a USB-C port for charging the battery. I added a small round bubble level onto it. And then on the front are the battery switch to turn it on and off, and then also buttons to be able to manually rotate it or tilt it up and down and to various settings. It also comes with a parallel head. I've purchased a separate Arca Swiss plate so that I can use my L bracket on my Z8, and it attaches fairly easily. Also, like very similar to an Arca Swiss clamp. And then it also comes with a parallel plate for mounting the lens. What I did is I purchased the second Arca Swiss clamp and mounted it to the parallel mount in a position so that when I have it on here and move it all the way up to its highest position, that I can shoot almost 90 degrees up in the event that I needed to go that high, or for when I return back down to taking another shuttle launch, this time using video. It also comes with a small pocket-style handheld remote with the same buttons, function buttons, and that you have down here, as well as the remote shutter button as well. Up, down, sideways. I don't plan on using this one because I prefer the smaller, like a gamer style controller that has a gimbal on it, and it's much easier to use than individual buttons on that one. And it also has the camera shutter button. So putting on the Z8 onto the Arca Swiss clamp, and then connecting the remote shutter. It's fairly easy, same as you would normally do. And then turning on the remote power. The remote shows you two battery levels. The one down at the bottom is the actual battery level, or how much battery is left for the head, and then the battery level for the controller itself. It also displays the angle and position of the head, and it also shows you the speed at which you can control the head. So for example, if I wanted to tilt the head up on the Z8 slowly or fast, or I can rotate it 360 degrees. I'll go fast. This I think is really nice. I plan on using it down in my backyard, other than when I go back down to shoot another shuttle launch. I'm going to use it down in my backyard. I have a pondless waterfall that the birds love. They come in there every day and bathe and do all kinds of crazy stuff. It's really cool. So I'm now going to be able to put this on my tripod, position it fairly close to the waterfall, and be able to move the position sideways and up and down to wherever the birds may be in the waterfall, and take some photographs. So I'll quickly demonstrate the vertical mount. It mounts in a same way. And like I said, I've positioned this at an angle so that when it is fully in this upper direction, it's almost pointing straight up. Because what I learned in the shuttle launch, it goes fairly high, and I need to be able to get that type of elevation. So I'll switch out and use my 100 to 400 lens. And what I have found is that the positioning of the lens, I'm sure you would appreciate it, is if it's balanced so that the front of the lens and the camera body is kind of in the middle of the rotation point, which is where I have it. It's just merely sitting on its little base, unattached. And again, I'll push the remote shutter button in, and again I can tilt the lens down and then all the way up, and then rotate it 360 degrees. And you can also, as well as doing the rotation, you can move it up and down at the same time as well. So that's this PT5000. It means 5,000 grams or 5 kilograms or 11 pounds of weight that it can move. So I think it's a fairly good deal for about $350, plus the cost of the new remote cable, which is only like 12, 15 bucks. And then the cost of the Arca Swiss clamp plates. See you next time with another gadget.